This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
The award-winning Lee Pitts Live is brought to you by Hodges University. Build the future you at Hodges University.
Southwest Florida, we're so delighted to have here at the studio again a man who's been out pounding the pavement, working hard. He's the hardest working man in politics in Lee County. He's James Didio, candidate for Sheriff of Lee County. James, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Good to get you back. Now, James, you're running as a non-party affiliate candidate. Why?
Well, I can tell you that it meant a lot to me to be able to have the support from the entire community, whether you're a right-sided Republican or a left-sided Democrat or just in the middle. You can still support me. You can still vote for me November 8th.
The voters should know what about that when they get their ballots in front of them?
So when they get their ballots in front of them, it's important to realize that I will be the first name on the ballot under Sheriff James Didio. And everybody will be able to obviously pick my name. And again, mail-in ballot's important. If you haven't ordered your mail-in ballot, get it ordered, get that mail-in ballot to your house. Free postage, you can send it right back.
And once you get past the mail-in ballot on voting day in November, we're a couple of weeks from that. It's important to get out to those precincts, get out there early,
right.
and go ahead.
Yep, I mean it's absolutely important. We have seen an instance where the lines get long, but recently in the past couple elections, the lines have been short. You can get right in, get right out. You can start at 7 a.m. and you can go until 7 p.m. Very important that everybody gets out and votes. One
of the things I've noticed about you since you've been out on the campaign, basically everywhere I've been, I see you there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You are really tracking the community. You are really engaged in listening to what people have to say. What is the theme? What is the same thing that you're hearing over and over from the community in terms of why you think you would be the perfect person to be the sheriff of Lee County?
Well, when I was coming up with this whole plan to run for Lee County Sheriff, of course I had ideas in my mind of things that I wanted to change. And, there was obviously a community outreach. So one of the themes that I ran as a candidate was, what do you want from your sheriff? What do you want to see from your next sheriff of Lee County? And how do you want your family or your business portrayed in safety in that campaign? So one of the main themes that we keep seeing is hey, we just want to be safe. And we want everybody to be safe, no matter who you are or what background you have. Everybody needs to be safe, and most people don't entirely feel safe right now in Lee County.
Okay. The social media, you get a lot of hits on social media, a lot of comments when things that you're posting. You're keeping people involved with what's going on in terms of law enforcement locally. How has social media changed your campaign or enhanced your campaign?
Man, I'll tell you, I'm definitely running a low-budget campaign. I don't have as much money as some of the other candidates out there. But social media being free or very inexpensive has just really worked for me. My Facebook page has had over 900,000 hits since August of last year. With that being said, I posted a couple videos. One video went to national news, another video went multi-viral locally. It's really worked out well for me, and it's a great way to express on the dot answers to questions, and people can hit me right then and there, and I can answer them right then and there.
Now, what would you do to fix what's wrong with the Lee County Sheriff's Office?
I can tell you that the Lee County Sheriff's Office in and of itself is having a major problem hiring and keeping employees. We are one of the lowest paid departments in the state of Florida, $35,000 a year. We haven't received a raise in over 10 years. And in fact, we're $8,100 below the average starting salary of any department in the state of Florida. That's pretty bad, considering that our budget has gone up $20 million over the last year, and it's getting ready to go up another $20 million over the next year. That's $40 million in 2 years, still no raises, and the morale is just absolutely shot over there.
How do you base that? How do you know the morale is shot?
Well, I was a deputy for a very long time, and ultimately in 2012, when I made that decision to leave the sheriff's office, it was hard because I loved being a cop. I loved helping people. I've worked every area of this county, on the water, off the water, from south to north to east to west. And when we saw deputies, 53% of our deputies have resigned under the current administration. 53% of veteran deputies have put down their badge and their gun, and left.
Who's responsible for that?
I can tell you that I think it's upper administration. When you're running a complete political department where people feel that they have to scrape their way to the top instead of going back to law enforcement and helping people, community policing, obviously the morale gets shot, because if you don't win, you're a loser.
The Lee County Sheriff Department would work closely with the Fort Myers Police Department, where we have had increases in crime, particularly in the Dunbar community. You have a new chief of police there, Derek Diggs, who was on this show recently. You're well aware of that. How do you see yourself once you become the sheriff, if you become the sheriff, working with the Fort Myers Police Department?
Well, great. I mean, we have a 1,600 member team. Over 50% of those guys are certified officers between the road and the jail. We need to be helping. We all need to join together, and we need to figure it out. Instead of passing blame, instead of saying, oh, it's somebody else's fault, it's the city's fault, it's the ex-chief's fault, let's just fix the problem. I've met Chief Diggs multiple times now. Outstanding man, and I think he really is ready to hit the ground running, which he has been. He's walking door to door, trying to find out where these problems are, and that's the same thing I've been doing. So we happen to meet right on the street. It's great.
Now, how can people reach out to you? How can they be a part of what you're trying to accomplish? What are some ways they can reach you?
Well, one of the easiest ways, obviously, is James Didio for Sheriff Facebook page. If you message me, you're messaging me. It comes right to my phone. It's like a text message, and we can get it going. Obviously, I have a website. On that website, a great way to support me would be donate. Donate a couple bucks. Donate anything you can, up to $1,000. You can do it right there, secure PayPal. I'd give you signs, T-shirts, anything you want. I just want the support, and I want you guys to know that I'm here for you.
One of the things you said early on is that you were running on a small budget campaign. Do you think that money being such a huge factor in politics has really not necessarily allowing the best candidates to be elected because of their finances?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's hard for me to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars that I don't have, everywhere from TV to billboards to massive signages and all that stuff. I kind of have to make do with what I have, and I firmly believe that with the sheriff coming up on his retirement, most likely midterm, the voters should know that they're voting for somebody who's going to leave and leave them with somebody that they don't even know.
Final question. You're sitting there and you got all of these law enforcement officers in front of you. You're having your meeting and you want to encourage them to be sensitive to different cultures and diversity and so on. How would your message sound?
I'll tell you, it's the same way that I've worked all along in my police career. I like to fight evil. I like to fight the bad guys, right? And the good people need help, and they need the support. And it doesn't matter, again, I don't care how much money you have, I don't care your color, your religion. I just want you to know that our guys are going to go out, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to go, and we're going to work for everybody in the community. And that's it, plain and simple.
That's James Didio, candidate for Lee County Sheriff's Office. You'll see his name on the ballot at the top. Candidate Didio, thanks for joining us on Lee Pitts Live.
Thank you, sir.
We'll be right back. Give him a hand.